Baby is not something you see every day.
But when his wife was too sick to do it, a Wisconsin dad stepped up. During the birth of their daughter, April Neubauer experienced multiple seizures. A C-section and her recovery afterwards prevented her from following her birth plan, which included skin-to-skin contact. So her husband, Maximilian, stepped in using a nursing system designed to help new mothers. Although his duties were only temporary, Max ended up going viral for his efforts. He says he wants to share his story and help improve the nursing system.
Way to go, Dad.
What does the tattoo say, Mom? All right. Thanks for stepping up there, Maximilian. Thanks for watching again. We'll see you back here on Thursday. No Live at 5 tomorrow, but 5 starts right now.
And right now, a warning from Madison police as multiple guns are stolen from unlocked vehicles.
Plus how UW-Madison law students are preparing to help immigrant families at the border.
And a family is displaced tonight after a fire in their Fitchburg home. We'll have the very latest.
This is News 3 at 5.
Thanks for staying with us, everybody. Lock your car doors. That is the message from Madison police tonight.
This after at least 2 handguns were stolen from unlocked vehicles in the past few days on Madison's west side. Our Keely Arthur is live on the west side and shares why Madison PD's message is so vital. Keely.
Well, thieves in Madison hope you make the simple mistake of leaving your car door unlocked so they can easily unlock access to things like money, cell phones, and worst of all, guns.
You can walk and get just about everything you need, and neighbors are good.
Maybe too good, giving residents in this West Side neighborhood a false sense of safety.
I remember growing up, we'd park in the yard and leave the keys in the car, but you can't do that anymore. It's a different world now.
Mike Heald learned the hard way when a friend stopping by for dinner left their car unlocked in the driveway.
It had been rifled through and gift cards had been stolen out of it.
From gift cards to now lethal weapons, unlocked car doors are leading to a much bigger problem.
I think we've had over 100 guns stolen over the past 3 years out of vehicles.
This weekend, 2 guns, including a Draco AK-47 pistol, were stolen out of unlocked cars. One theft happening right down the street from Heald's home off Old Sauk Road.
It's a little unsettling.
Some people might not think it's that big a deal, but to us it's a huge deal.
That's because Madison Police Captain Corey Nelson says anecdotally these are the guns being used in city crimes.
At some point that gun is going to be used, whether it's shooting in the air, whether it's intimidating someone, whether it's shooting at someone, or perhaps even being used in a homicide.
So before you leave your car door unlocked, think about what that decision could mean later on.
You never know, really, so it's best to be safe.
And of course, this isn't just contained to Madison. Something very similar happened in Verona just the other day. If you do have a gun that is stolen out of your car, you need to, though, report it to police. That way they can track the security number and make sure that the guns are then recovered. Back to you.
All right, just lock it up. Keely, thank you.
Thank you, Keely. The Milwaukee Police Department is asking the public's help to find the family of a lost infant. The child is estimated to be between 4 and 6 months old. He was found at 2:30 this morning in the area of North Sherman Boulevard and West Hampton Avenue. The child is described as a white male, approximately 20 pounds, wearing a gray Mickey Mouse t-shirt. He was found in a black and gray car seat. Anyone with information is asked to call the Milwaukee Police Department.
Let's get a look now at your first alert weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti in the Weather Center. Another alert day coming up.
Yeah, we have one in place for tomorrow for not only the heat and humidity, but also the possibility for some showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon and in the nighttime hours that might affect outdoor activities. A heat advisory has been issued from noon until 8 p.m. for areas west of a Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dulles line. Alert day is in place for tomorrow for high temperatures right around 90. Heat index values now appear to be in the 95 to 100 degree range and maybe some localized spots above 100 degrees. And and again, the chance for some thunderstorms, especially tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. Now, there have been some big thunderstorms across parts of Minnesota, moving into northwestern Wisconsin, but the rest of southern Wisconsin pretty much seeing lots of sunshine. There also are a couple of showers and isolated thunderstorms down in central Illinois as moisture starts to work northward. A couple of those could clip us tomorrow afternoon to our north and west. Those storms in northwestern Wisconsin and Minnesota tomorrow could reach us later on tomorrow night. Low temperatures this morning started out in the upper 50s to the lower 60s, but temperatures right now are in the mid to upper 80s. La Crosse just shy of 90 at 89 right now. It's 88 in Boscobel, 86 in Lone Rock. But look at the dew point temperatures. Yesterday they were in the lower 60s. Now they're in the mid 60s to the lower 70s. So it makes it feel like temperatures are in the upper 80s to the lower 90s. And look for temperatures to only drop into the lower 70s by early tomorrow morning. During the day tomorrow for 4th of July, look for partly sunny skies. It'll be hot and humid with a high of 90. Again, the heat index 95 to 100. There could be a couple of thunderstorms late in the afternoon. That's your first alert forecast.
All right, Gary, thank you. A Madison man accused of attempting to extort money from a man accused in a serious kidnapping and sexual assault case is headed to trial. 31-year-old Corey Ivy is facing a felony charge of party to the crime of threats to injury or accused of a crime. According to a criminal complaint, Ivy had texted Matthew Levin after his arrest in March and arranged meetings with a man working for Levin's attorney, Michael Short. Ivy told Levin and a private investigator that he was close to the alleged kidnapping and assault victim and could make the case go away for $50,000. Levin allegedly picked up a woman on Madison's east side in March, offered her a ride, then drove her to his auto shop in Monona and sexually assaulted her.
A wanted man ran into a parked squad car while trying to flee police. An officer recognized 36-year-old Quantrell Williams around 4:30 yesterday afternoon on East Washington Avenue. When the officer tried to make contact with Williams, he fled on his bicycle. And when Williams was looking behind him to see where the officers were, he ran into a parked squad car. He was taken into custody and booked into jail on multiple charges, including battery and intimidation of a victim.
9 University of Wisconsin-Madison law students are preparing for a trip to Dilley, Texas, home to one of the nation's largest immigration detention centers.
For a week next month, they'll stay there to represent immigrants being held in a family detention center who need help applying for relief or asylum. Our Amanda Quintana is in the newsroom with more on the need in Texas and right here at home. Amanda?
Yes, well, the Latino and Latina Law Student Association and the Immigrant Justice Center at UW-Madison organized this trip together. It's a way to expand the pro bono services that they are already offering immigrants here in Dane County. Many of those students eager to help one of our most vulnerable communities, immigrant children, and at the same time learn to be the best attorneys they can be. For UW law students eager to get out and make a change in the world, they're already doing it through the Immigrant Justice Clinic.
Even though we're far from the border, our southern border, we have seen an increased number of people contacting us for assistance in representation and removal proceedings.
Immigrants, including unaccompanied children, are not given a government attorney to represent them at deportation hearings. And there aren't enough pro bono resources in Dane County. That's where these students step in.
Everyone, in our opinions, is entitled to due process, and a lot of people aren't receiving that because they're not from here, and that seems very strange to us.
With the change in administration and attitude toward immigrants, more students are turning to immigration law as a way to help. Next month, extending their reach, driving to Dilley, Texas to help those in a family detention center prepare to see a judge.
For me, it was important to be able to offer that access to justice in the way that we were able to, by helping women and children prepare for their credible fear interviews in order to continue with the asylum process.
Second-year law student Angela O'Brien has worked with those in detention centers close to the border before.
It looks like a school, but there's chain link fences everywhere, and the children are wearing like what you would normally wear in like a prison for jumpsuits. That was a very jarring experience for me.
She says although many are protesting, shocked to hear about toddlers facing a judge alone, it's nothing new. And it's not just at the border, it's happening right here in Wisconsin.
My 3-year-old, she can say her name, but beyond that, how could you respond to something? Do you have a fear of returning to your home country? A 3-year-old cannot respond to that in a way that would protect them from a deportation.
Statistics show you are 5 times more likely to be successful in a deportation hearing when you have an attorney representing you. The Immigrant Justice Center hopes that in Dane County, they can make it so every immigrant has representation if they want it, and that our area can serve as an example to the rest of the country.
Amanda Quintana in the newsroom. Amanda, thank you.
2 girls were the only ones home when a fire started in Fitchburg today. You can see here what's left of the roof of this home on Tree Line Drive. A lot of damage. Firefighters are thinking it's about $200,000 worth right now, but that is preliminary. The chief said the girls saw smoke, and when they realized they couldn't control it, they did the exact right thing, and they got out before calling 911.
At some point when you realize that the fire has grown past your ability to fight it with an extinguisher, then you really have one option, and that's to get out.
Thanks to their smart thinking and the firefighters' efforts, the whole family, pets included, is safe. Until they can move back into the home, the fire department tells us the parents, kids, and animals are staying with family.
Green Bay Packers running back Aaron Jones has been suspended without pay. The running back violated the NFL's policy and program for substances of abuse. Jones will be suspended for the first 2 games and will be eligible to return to the Packers' active roster on September 17th after the team's game against the Minnesota Vikings. Aaron Jones released a statement on Twitter saying, "The NFL announced my suspension today. I accept it, take responsibility for it, and I regret the mistake I made during the 2017 season, which led to the punishment." He goes on to say, "I apologize to all impacted and promise this will never happen again. And when I touch the field again, it is going to be special."
5 people were rescued from a boat that was sinking in Green Lake County Sunday afternoon. The Green Lake County Sheriff's Office says the department received several calls regarding a sinking boat on the waters of Big Green Lake. Reports say there were 3 people on board the boat and 2 in the water. The Sheriff's Patrol boat responded to the scene along with the Princeton Fire Department water rescue team. 3 people were rescued from the water and were uninjured. The boat was towed to shore where it was turned over to the owner and the DNR warden for investigation.
Scientists say this year is one of the worst mosquito seasons in years because of the combination of heavy rain and hot temperatures we've had recently. Officials say here in Wisconsin, we have seen such a large breeding ground for mosquitoes because of all the bodies of water nearby. Medical experts say most people infected, 80% of West Nile cases, with West Nile cases, will be unaware they're infected and will remain without symptoms. The other 20% may develop flu-like symptoms. Of course, the Zika virus still poses a problem, so to prevent you from getting sick, there are pest control services like Quick Kill that can help you out.
Not necessarily treating full lawn applications, but rather focusing on the trees and the shrubs going around the home, under low-lying decks. That's going to be the areas that the mosquitoes want to be in their breeding sites and their harborage sites. So we're going to focus on those to eliminate them at their source.
Brianna Neerland says mosquitoes like standing water, so you can prevent yourself from prevent giving them an area to gather if there's any standing water in your house.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No, you don't want that. Still to come tonight on News 3 at 5, 2 contract workers were shot outside of a Kansas school earlier today. We'll have the very latest.
And while it could take months before the members of the Thai soccer team are reunited with their families after they were found in a cave, the latest on that. And on Wall Street, a shortened session today. The Dow down 132 points. The NASDAQ lost 65. The S&P 500 was off 13. We'll be right back.
Celebrate.
Welcome back. One person is dead, another critically injured after a shooting outside a Kansas City elementary school.
Overland Park, Kansas police spokesman John Lacey says the victim died this afternoon, several hours after he and a co-worker were shot at Sunrise Point Elementary School. The second victim remains in critical condition. The suspect was arrested at a home where authorities found a sport utility vehicle that was carjacked after the shooting.
I'm hearing there was possible an argument prior to, but I don't know what the argument was about. But all I know is that there was an argument that took place, and then next thing you know, there was some shooting.
Formal charges have not been filed against the suspect. No students were present when the shooting happened.
12 members of a youth soccer team and their coach who disappeared inside a cave in northern Thailand are safe, but experts say it could take months to get them out. Rescuers found them yesterday about 2.5 miles inside that flooded cave system. A Thai Navy SEAL team will make the final call on how they get the boys out. One option is to teach them to dive with special breathing masks. The murky water is difficult to navigate even for experienced divers. One of the rescue workers also says none of the boys know how to swim. The other option is to keep the boys in the cave until the water levels recede, which many experts say is the best option, but that means the boys could be in the cave until October.
Everyone's coming together to figure out the next course of action and how to bring them out as safely and as quickly as possible.
More than 1,000 rescuers from around the world searched for 10 days before finding the boys and their coach.
The White House says President Trump spoke to 3 potential Supreme Court nominees today. President Trump met with those nominees after meeting with 4 others yesterday. A White House spokeswoman did not say who the president spoke to or how many potential nominees he will interview.
He's looking for somebody with tremendous intellect. He'd like somebody with the right judicial temperament, and he wants somebody who's going to be focused on upholding the Constitution.
President Trump says he will announce his decision Monday and will choose from a list of 25 candidates.
Let's head out to the weather patio now. Garrett Canalti with another steamy forecast.
Boy, you can feel it out here already. The humidity is starting to increase. The dew point temperatures are in the upper 60s and lower 70s, so we're kind of right back where we were this past weekend. Let's start out by taking a look at our 4th of July planner for tomorrow. Most of the morning and afternoon should be dry. I think we'll see some scattered thunderstorms start to pop up later in the afternoon, with temperatures climbing to around 90 and then being in the upper 80s at least through the late part of the afternoon. As far as the fireworks, during the evening hours, again, the showers and thunderstorms are going to be hit and miss. And probably at any given time, no more than about 20 or 30% of our viewing area will be seeing them, but trying to pinpoint who will have it, during the fireworks and who won't, very difficult at this point. But expect the possibility for some showers and thunderstorms. While most people won't be having them at any given time, it'll just kind of be a wait and see attitude, and then temperatures will gradually drop off into the upper 70s by late in the evening after the fireworks displays are over. Look for high temperature of around 90 for tomorrow with the heat index from 95 to 100, so we have an alert day in the forecast. Again, the possibility for some thunderstorms that could interfere with outdoor activities. As we take a look at the future track temperatures tomorrow morning, they start out very mild in the 70s almost across the entire state of Wisconsin. High temperatures tomorrow will be in the upper 80s to around 90 degrees no matter where you go. And then you factor in the humidity and you see heat index values by late tomorrow afternoon, upper 80s to the lower 90s, or starting out where they are now, and then dropping only into the lower to middle 70s overnight. The highest heat index values tomorrow afternoon, some cases could be in the triple digits, and then even tomorrow night with muggy conditions continuing, the heat index staying at or above 80 through much of the night. And even on Thursday, look for heat index values in the upper 80s to lower 90s before a cold front finally puts an end to the heat and humidity for at least a couple of days. Otherwise, heat advisories have already been issued for much of southwestern Wisconsin through Iowa and Illinois. Excessive heat watches are in effect up toward the Twin Cities and into the Chicago area. Now, on Doppler track, nothing really around here that could break the heat. By late tomorrow afternoon, we'll start to see some pop-up showers and thunderstorms, and then tomorrow night, we could see a better chance for some thunderstorms. There is a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms north and west of Madison. The higher severe weather threat will be over northwestern Wisconsin. Live view from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville. Just a couple of puffy fair weather cumulus clouds. The WISC Skycam looking out toward the southwest picks up on a few of those clouds as well. Edgewater Skycam in downtown Madison. It's just very warm and humid there. Good place to be is on the lake. High today so far, 86, the low 61, and right now we're at 86 with the heat index at 88 degrees. Forecast for tonight, low of 71, very mild and muggy. Could even see some patchy fog overnight. Tomorrow for the 4th of July, hot and humid, high of 90, heat index 95 to 100, and some mainly afternoon thunderstorms. On future track, no rain expected for tonight. Low temperatures in the lower 70s. High temperatures tomorrow around 90, and you can see the scattered nature of the thunderstorms. Better chances tomorrow night as that cold front starts to approach us from the northwest. Most of the showers and storms early in the day on Thursday, then some breaks in the clouds later on with high temperatures in the middle 80s. 7 to 10 day forecast calls for temperatures to be a little cooler and the humidity levels down for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but we're back up into the upper 80s for much of next week. More humidity could lead to some thunderstorm chances Wednesday into Thursday. As we take a look at first alert traffic, the Beltline right now moving a little bit better. That's the Rimrock Road camera at the Beltline. Traffic starting to pick up a little bit in the eastbound direction. Still some delays from Monona Drive back to Verona Road. As far as travel times, the eastbound Beltline now has improved to 23 minutes, 17 minutes going back in the westbound direction between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison, 28 minutes down to Janesville on I-3990, 19 minutes out to Sauk City on US 12, and 18 minutes out to Sun Prairie on US 151, East Washington Avenue. That's your first alert traffic.
Not too bad. Looks good. All right. Thank you, Gary.
You're welcome.
Ahead on News 3 at 5, if you're one of the millions of travelers hitting the road this holiday, you're going to be paying more at the gas pump. We'll tell you why when we come back.
News 3.
Welcome back, everyone. Daily insulin shots for diabetics could soon be replaced with an oral alternative.
More than 400 million people are living with diabetes. About 40% who are type 1 or type 2 use insulin, most commonly with a syringe, pen injection, or a pump. A new study found that a liquid form of insulin inside a capsule not only lowered the blood glucose levels on test rats, the levels dropped nearly 40% in just 2 hours. An encouraging sign, but there's still more clinical trials to be done before testing on humans. Some experts hope that'll be possible within the next 3 to 5 years.
AAA calls today Terrible Tuesday as a record number of people are heading out of town for the 4th of July. Those traveling by car will be paying more at the pump than in previous years. Some 40 million of us are hitting the road for the 4th of July holiday. Gas prices are up 62 cents compared to this time last year. It is the most expensive July 4th holiday price in 4 years.
When we see crude prices go up, we generally see gas prices go up too. Even with OPEC's potential decision to increase their production, it may not be enough to offset the supply levels not keeping pace with demand.
Prices dropped a little recently, but they're expected to go up 10 cents or more in the coming months. AAA says the worst time to drive in most major cities is today between 3 and 6 p.m. So right about now, it'll be 2 times more congested than on a typical workday.
Well, more and more Americans are taking on extra work just to make ends meet. A recent survey by Bankrate.com shows nearly 4 in 10 Americans are working another job to bring in extra cash. Men and millennials are most likely to be working an extra job. 59% of people do it to earn more disposable income, but 38% say they take on extra work in order to cover ordinary living expenses. The 4 most popular side jobs are home repair, landscaping, online sales, crafts, and childcare. The survey also says men working side gigs earn up to 3 times more than women. We'll have another check of your weather when we come back.
The big
Tonight on the CBS Evening News, we're at the scene of the cave rescue in Thailand as rescuers face huge challenges trying to bring kids to the surface. Why some towns are doing drone shows instead of fireworks on the 4th this year. And the Iraq veteran behind this beautiful work of art. Tonight on the CBS Evening News.
All right, get ready for a hot holiday.
Yeah, a heat advisory already in effect for our western viewing area from noon until 8 tomorrow. Look for a high temperature of 90 with some afternoon thunderstorms into tomorrow night. Thunderstorms should end Thursday morning, and then the humidity drops. That'll be nice. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So while we'll have a hot 4th of July, the weekend should be nice, and then temperatures and the humidity will creep back up next week.
Well, that looks good. All right, thanks, Gary. Have a great holiday, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you back here for News 3 at 6.